big cat. Welcome to my therapy. This ain't your ordinary world, it's extraordinary. See, I'm a high priestess lightworker, here to guide your way through the waves of life. We'll find a new path to embrace. Tarot, astrology, numerology in our hands. No weapon formed against you shall ever stand. We're winners, we never quit, we always keep on going. Quitters never win, but we're always growing. Hey there, big cat, let's chase the highest vibration. Together we'll create a new world, a brand new nation.
Namaste, Big Cat Earth Signs, Grand Rising. Welcome back to Big Cat Astrology, Big Cat Wave. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Sun, Moon and Rising. The planetary hot topics to add to your almanac over the next 7 days. On the 1st of January 2024, Mercury goes direct in Sagittarius, in the 9th house of expansion, learning and educational pursuits or travel plans that may have been on hold will gain traction. Clarity returns, empowering you to make confident decisions about your future ventures. On the 2nd, the moon in Virgo trines Pluto in Capricorn. This is a harmonious and positive influence, suggesting you must handle emotions in a practical and detailed manner. There's an opportunity for constructive and organized changes in your life. Power and control can be accessible to you right now. Work on making positive transformations. On the 3rd, Mars enters Capricorn. Mars, the planet of energy, moves into goal-orientated Capricorn, encouraging you to take a more disciplined and strategic approach with your actions. Focus on long-term objectives, work hard and practice patience to overcome challenges. It's a time for structured action to make progress towards your aspirations. On the 4th, the moon in Scorpio sextiles Mars in Capricorn. This is a supportive aspect that can provide you with motivation to pursue your goals with a strategic and determined mindset. Your emotions may fuel your actions, and there's potential for effective and purposeful movement towards your objectives. You also have the moon entering Scorpio. Work on beneficial transformations. Take control and empower yourself. Make the most of a serious approach. On the 5th, the moon in Scorpio opposes Uranus in Taurus. It can manifest as sudden emotional shifts or disruptions in the areas of security and stability. Flexibility and adaptability are key during this aspect. Work on small changes to create something different. On the 6th, the moon enters Sagittarius. Emotions are likely to be optimistic, enthusiastic, and adventurous. You may seek new experiences, have an open-minded outlook, and express your emotions with honesty and directness. You may also feel restless and a desire for freedom and variety today. On the 7th, when Mercury in Sagittarius squares Neptune in Pisces, your imagination may seize control, making it tricky to concentrate on everyday tasks. Dive into creative projects to give your mind a rest and a refreshing break. Please stay tuned in for the tarot reading to follow. Big Cat Wave. Namaste! Grand Rising Earth Signs. Welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your next 7 days. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Big Cat Wave. the biggest planetary movements over the next 7 days for you, my earth sign is on the 1st, today. Mercury will be going direct in Sagittarius, so communication and thinking will become more clearer. You'll also have Mars entering Capricorn, darling dears, where it will languish for the next 1.5 months. What does that mean? It means you will have a more disciplined focus, darling dears. You'll be practical with your actions and be more determined about pursuing your goals. I love it. I don't hate it. Let's dive even deeper in, darling dears. Oh, you have a 7, darling dears. The energy of a 7 is ruled by the planet Neptune. Your birthday could be the 7th, the 16th, or the 25th, or these will be significant dates for you over the next few days or the entire month, darling dears. Write this on your almanac. Why? Because Neptune is the planet of dreams, illusion, disillusionment, spirituality. It's also about addictions, darling dears. It's the house of hidden things. It's the house of death and rebirth. It's the house of spirituality. So much going on for you, darling dears. It looks like you'll be in some form of spiritual uplifting or upgrade over the next 7 days, darling dears. The letters G, P, and Y will have some significance to you. Also, Neptune rules the letters O and Z. Okay, so you've got G, P, Y, O, and Z will have some significance to you over the next 7 days. Your luckiest numbers will be 4, 5, and 7, darling dears. Yes, baby. Avoid numbers with 2, 3, 6, and 8 in. Your luckiest days will be Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. You are a natural born explorer, darling dears. It's about you learning to forgive. It's about your heart being healed through past heinous crimes being perpetrated against you, darling dears. It's a full-on spiritual healing for you over the next 7 days. The energy of the 1 is about you evaluating everything. Everything must be questioned, right? This is about something or someone trying to undermine your security. This is also you asking questions of yourself, whether you are still in a lack-minded mentality, darling dears. The energy of the 1 is also representative of the magician in tarot. It speaks about you having the badass alchemist ways. It also speaks about some of you taking a short journey. Well, it'll be fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely, darling dears. Why? Because Sagittarius is now direct in Mercury. And Sagittarius rules travel, higher learning, your philosophical ideas. The magician also tells us that you are extremely powerful, my earth sign. This is also about you overcoming some kind of illness. Continue to be direct with your intentions and be confident, darling dears. The energy of the 6 is ruled by the lovers, Gemini energy. And again, we're back into the Mercury energy of it all, because the 1 and the 6 is ruled by Mercury, darling dears. Come on. The tarot card, that is. So you are making right choices, whether in love matters, your singlehood, darling dears, but it's about you following your passions with a more philosophical, darling dears, philosophical ideals coming through, your philosophical ideals. The energy of the 1-6 is about someone going into another relationship. You'll be meeting somebody significant, or you've met them after you've done all the research, the recon, found out all the intel. You may be getting a green flag from the universe, darling dears. The energy of a 7 speaks about a visitor coming to visit you, or someone that you haven't seen in a long time. You're going to meet them, and well, it'll be an impromptu, unexpected, spontaneous kind of a thing, darling dears. But they're going to tell you something which will significantly change your plans completely. So keep your ears open and your eyes, especially your third eye, buffed up to the best shine. Love it. I don't hate it. The energy of the 7 is a highly spiritual number. As I said, you are on some kind of spiritual upgrade. The 7 is ruled by the moon, darling dears. The moon speaks about your intuition. It also speaks about the mother energy. You may be a mother or someone that was mothering around you, darling dear. Some secret has been revealed. Or a feminine energy is out there in them streets revealing your secrets, darling dears. Somebody's trying to change someone's perception of you, but they're speaking of their own self, darling dears, but putting your name at the figurehead of every statement. But it's not going to play out. Why? You are big cat earth signs. The 7, it speaks about your being in your spiritual era. You've done introspection. You've learned new wisdoms and understandings about yourself. And this also speaks about, with the High Priestess, you may even be isolated. But a prophet is never recognized in its own village, darling. It's because of your spiritual ideals. Yeah, love it. I don't hate it. So let's press on. Right, let's get your Oracle Ancestral message for the earth signs for the next 7 days. Oracle Ancestral message. Let's let it fall by itself. Thank you. Releasing what no longer serves you. It could also represent the releasing of someone passed on. My condolences, darling dears. But it's also about not listening to what the naysayers are saying. Maybe somebody's avoiding going to a wake, a funeral, some kind of gathering, darling dears, with people who they see as the past, hence all of the gravestones. This is about you getting enlightenment and coming out of confusion, releasing yourself from energies that no longer serve you, darling dears, on every level. It's the dead, darling dear, and can't you see the rain? The rain is always the blessing of the new coming through. Base of your deck, darling dears. You're going to make a lot of people mad because you're choosing you over the next 7 days, my earth signs. Yeah. People that had you in victimhood or will be shape-shifting into victimhood because you're choosing you over the next 7 days. People that you're releasing their energies, darling dears. This is making them big mad because they believed you saw them as your whole world. More fool them, darling dears. More fool them. You're dropping them like a hot potato. Right. Let's get the card for your overall theme. Base of your deck, Justice. This is contractual partnerships, friendships. You are their karma, darling dears. You're leaving situations and circumstances behind. Let's get your overall theme. These cards are so difficult to pick up. There. One card, please. Overall theme for the earth signs for the next 7 days. Yeah, moving on mentally. Some of you will be actually physically moving on, but it's definitely travel, darling dears. 6 of Swords in the upright, I might add. This is also moving away from situations where people hide their feelings, the passive and aggressive of it all. It's about you transitioning, darling dears, and it's also about moving in silence, no contact, darling dear, cutting off what no longer serves you. You may even have progeny with you, but it's also a reminder with this person holding what looks like an Ace of Wands, darling dears. You are being spiritually protected and spiritually guided. Like I said, the green light from the universe, darling dears. Ever forwards, never backwards. This is also about distancing yourself from a relationship, or somebody's going to be entering a long-term relationship. You can also expect some kind of an invitation over the next 7 days, darling dears. But I think you're not going to accept the invitation, and people are going to be big mad. Well, they're going to have to be big mad at their house, not yours. All right, let's get to the deck and dive into the questions. 2 of Wands again, another movement card. So you are moving on from a situation, darling dears. You may even be working or utilizing the World Wide Web. Wands is about your work ethic, darling dears, what you're passionate about. It also speaks about you having been temperamental of yonder years, darling dears. But now you are a visionary. You're feeling more strong-willed and adventurous, darling dears. Love it. I don't hate it. It's about you being turning your back on a temporary short stick, toxicity in relationships, darling dears, leaving it behind. You're making firm decisions. This is about you taking the first physical step to making a true new foundation for yourself, which is going to be what? Filled with drive and determination. No longer taking a temporary short stick, darling dears. It's about you assessing your progress so far, darling dears, and plotting where you're going. Love it. I don't hate it. Right. Yeah, and it's a mental thing as well as a spiritual, because wands and swords are spiritual cards, darling dears. But this is about you having found balance in your life, realizing that you are responsible for your own life. Yes, you are community orientated, but you are going towards a new community, darling dears, leaving those that are big mad in your dust. So what's your work and finances like? What do the cards say about that regarding your work and financial situation this week? Yeah, there's going to be a bit of overspending. Your ancestors are saying this, temperance in the reverse. It's also a call for you to pay attention to what your incomings and your outgoings over the next 7 days. Yeah, we've got the King of Swords. The King of Swords could speak about an unexpected bill, an unexpected contract, but something that gets your immediate attention, darling dears, that you're going to have to deal with. This also speaks about some of you are still experiencing inner conflict around monetary, darling dears. Somebody's second guessing whether to make a major purchase. But you also have the Wheel of Fortune, fate, destiny, and good luck is on your side, darling dears. This major purchase could be to do with travel. Go ahead, darling dears, you're getting the green light. You'll also be meeting someone who is a King of Swords on that journey. This person they're older, over the age of 35, or have an older mindset, darling dears. This is somebody who is a leader in their field, possibly an entrepreneur next to the Wheel of Fortune. But this is somebody that will be bringing their own skrillers to your table. This would be an air and earth sign, darling dears. Air and earth don't generally get on, darling dears. Well, everybody's path is different. But in your work and finances, somebody is leaving a situation. This is about you creating a new business, a new job, or going to a new position. A position where you will be stepping into a leadership role, darling dears. This is a destined move which you must take, because it's going to change your financial situation. King of Wands. We've got 2 kings out here, darling dears. It also, the 2 kings speaks about you being supported. You have good support, ancestral team. This is a new beginning in your finances. Somebody's also going to be purchasing a car, but it's definitely going to be some form of travel, darling dears, whether by rail, air, or sea. It's definitely going to be going down over the next 7 days. The One's energy is bringing the unexpected element. The Wheel of Fortune is definitely destined, darling dears. I'm hearing mobile home, a caravan, something like that. But it's definitely moving on from a situation. But this is doing it with a clear mind. Your heart is free. But because it's bringing you more into harmony with yourself and your higher self, darling dears. You finding direction and purpose. This is also maybe you're coming out of overspending over a period. Well, we are coming out of a holiday season, darling dears. But this is you taking a firm hold and grasp on your finances over the next 7 days. Wheel of Fortune is what? A gift. Something coming towards you, darling dears. This could be in the form of inheritance. You may even have some luck on the lottery. Not that I'm advocating gambling, darling dears, but something of value is coming towards you, tangible value. This is also representing of good luck in a court case, darling dears. If you have one, listen, you come with all of the right intel, the right information. Everything is going well for you financially over the next 7 days, darling dears. This is coming out of a season where you are struggling or overspending. This is you taking accountability, darling dears. You're doing forensic accounting on your own self. Love it. I don't hate it. All right. What about my single earth signs? What aspects of your personal life will be focused over the next 7 days? The singles. For the singles. A new beginning. Sun energy could also speak about a new romance. One which will possibly produce a child, or it be something birthed between the two of you, darling dears. It also speaks about putting the past behind you like a ponytail. This is about vitality. This is about confidence, darling dears, and it's also about travel. Many of you singles will be traveling over the next 7 days. Yeah, traveling for work. Yes, baby. Or your work does travel. Listen, you've got opportunities coming towards you. Now the money's coming in, darling dears. If you are single, Skrilla.com is on your Richter scale over the next 7 days. Money as well as romance, but it's also tangible things. Your health is returning. This is new ideas. Something firm, darling dears. This goes to 9 of Pentacles because you are staying away from any drama or drama-filled situation. Yep, or you have been staying away. Yes, this also says single by choice. When you see 9 of Pentacles, it means single by choice. Focusing on your own garden, but whatever you've been working towards, darling dears, you're going to get a big return. Something that you can feel, tangible returns. And as I said, if this is a romance for some of you that I still feel like you're going to be single over the next 7 days, darling dears, my single people, my single earth signs. I feel that you've been focusing on your work. Look, and the money's rolling in. Listen, I can't make it up. Skrilla upon Skrilla upon Skrilla. And it's all yellow energy. So, solar plexus, darling dears. This is about a return to your confidence. It's something that you've been working really hard on, darling dears. Something that's taken a long time, that you've invested a lot of time in. It also speaks about the right partner. Someone is being drawn to you, darling dears. But whether or not you take up that particular opportunity, I don't know. Maybe they'll be coming in. You'll see them as a platonic friend or somebody who's sent with helping hands to move you along, further you along on your soul goal, your journey, whatever your passion was, darling dears. It's definitely highlighted. But someone may even offer you a relationship, but I don't think you're ready for a relationship right now. Yeah, this is the message of love coming towards you. And again, it's movement, travel and movement, darling dears. Travel and movement is definitely on your Richter scale. But my singles, you are about to benefit from what? The sweat of your proverbial balls, the hard work you've put in over the next 7 days. Love it. All right, let's go a bit deeper and look at the relationships or the potential new connections for my earth sign over the next 7 days. Relationships. Thank you. Yeah, turning your back on the old and what? Ushering in the new, darling dear. Again, sudden change in a relationship. Yeah, somebody's leaving a situation. If this is a coupledom, if this is a situation, somebody's definitely turning their back on a situation. This is divorce, darling dears. Listen, it's the best decision you ever made. Somebody's escaping, an earth sign is escaping a situation for the best, right? This is something that your intuition told you to move on. Uranus energy of it all. Uranus also rules the internet, online, darling. There's something that was seen online is causing you to what? Run away like Tinky Winky from a relationship, a partnership. Good golly and gosh, what could it be? Is the earth sign making the right decision for them to leave that situation? Look, you got the 8 of Cups. You're moving away from a traumatic and dramatic situation, holding on to the same Ace of Wands, darling dears. Same Ace of Wands on the 2 and the 8 of Cups. Yeah, wrapped in your red cloak of wisdom. Yeah, you will get offers for new opportunities, but I think this for my singles. I mean, for those in a relationship, you're about to be single, darling dears. This goes to 9 of Cups. It's wish fulfillment. Yeah, somebody really wants it. Chariot energy. Your internal warrior has been ignited. Why are you leaving this relationship, this partnership? Because you want you know that you can manifest better in the future, darling dears. Whatever trauma and drama you got in that situation, it caused you to lock down, darling dears. It affected your mental health. And the 4 of Pentacles also represents a new home, whether it's an apartment, a flat, a house, or even a caravan, darling dear. Somebody is definitely moving on, and they're firm in their decision. 10 of Pentacles, yep. Once you move on, darling dears, you'll be able to what? Secure yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially. Ooh, child. Okay. What about your health? And in saying that, I have to acknowledge that I am not a qualified professional, right? This is just general guidance. If you have a health issue, please consult a medical professional. Health for the earth signs. You've got the God card, darling dears. It's on the up and up. Hierophant energy. Somebody also speaks about somebody could also be consulting a consultant. Oh, yeah. Somebody has got medical visits over the next 7 days, darling dears. You've got to go. Swords energy. Swords energy next to the ones. It's telling me some kind of physical or physiotherapy. Somebody's going to be needing over the next 7 days. Yeah, you've got God on your side. You will recover, but you have to go from some kind of physiotherapy, and it could also represent mental therapy, counseling, a psychiatrist, psychologist, darling dears. Yeah, world card. Whatever you're going through at this moment in time, you will see the end of it, darling dears. But I do believe that you'll be consulting a professional somebody from the medical profession, or if you're into holistic medicine, whatever it is, darling dears. But it's to do with physiotherapy. It's about freeing yourself spiritually, darling dears. I just heard adjustments. Somebody getting himself adjusted. Okay, then crack them bones, darling dears. I heard that it can be very emotional to finally release what's stored up in your body, darling. Well, I know this as well. Yeah. World card also speaks about a new beginning. It also speaks about you've been watching this ailment, whatever's been ailing you for some time. Yeah. Okay. Because the Hierophant is Taurus energy, and Taurus is ruled by Venus. And Venus speaks about it takes 23 days to 2 months. So maybe you've been doing physiotherapy over the past 2 months, or will be doing it for the next 2 months going forward. But whatever you're going through, it's going to come to an end, darling dears. It will. Right. Six of Swords. Again, your mind will be eased. Yeah, I told you. You're going to get on top of this. Right. The lesson. Final card, the lesson. What did you gain? What was the lesson you gained from the experiences and challenges over that week? Yeah, toxic people, darling dears. Toxic situations. People that try to guilt you out. People that's possibly had you in third-party situations. Listen, this is about what they put you on a hard journey. The lesson of that, darling dear. What's the lesson of that? Is that you still go on, darling dears. You don't let past toxic situations overthrow you. This is about you getting into your spiritual bag, darling dears. You have one foot in both worlds, my earth signs. This is why you are what? You are determined. You are focused. Whatever you've been working on, it's been a long time coming, darling dear. But the lesson in that was to release any toxic situation in the past, realizing that patience, due diligence will always win out in the end. Temperance energy is what? Lean in, bestie. Lean in. Temperance is ruled by Sagittarius. I've just told you, Sagittarius is now directing Mercury, darling dears. So you're going to be getting ideas. The lesson is about moving on, darling dears, listening to your intuition, getting over toxic situations, third parties, gossiping, fighting. You found the balance, that sweet spot, darling dears, in between. Love it. Take that lesson, because that lesson is what? You can overcome anything, because it's a mental battle in the mind. Six of Swords. And remember, give it to God. You've got no time to be beefing with simpletons, darling dears. This is a good look for you. Take this lesson and use it throughout the next 7 days. So keep the Six of Swords with you if you have a deck of tarot cards, darling dears. And every time you look at the Six of Swords, you'll get a different interpretation. Write it down and use those tools to help further your goals, dreams, and ambitions over the next 7 days. On that note, I drops me mic. Toddle over to my Teesprings, my Patreon, or my TikToks. I've uploaded new merchandise on my Patreon. There's patrons on my TikTok, excusez-moi s'il vous plaît. I've got Evil Eye tracksuits, puzzles, sportswear, beanies if you're a beanie wearing person, blankies if you want to snuggle up and think about a thing or two. Thank you very much for your continued support of me in this channel, your bookings, your donations. I truly appreciate your appreciation. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Big Cat Wave.
How you came to be is no longer a mystery. Black sheep is your birthright. It's code for the one who brings the light. I bet if there's a crack, you don't fall back. Remember who you are. No rest for the wicked with their skullduggery. The use spell workers, projectionists send out envy, hate, and jealousy. You are the prototype, your ancestors champion. They shield you and send back those spiritual attacks. You are divinely protected from the dummy bats. Yeah. Big Cat, the most high, got your back. He sits high and looks low, so don't get smoked or smoke yourself. Big Cat moving silence. Only time you speak is to say checkmate.